my late husband, Morty's love for all of you, and I just know, I know were he to be privileged to see what's going on. I see such movement, such positive movement. I see thriving, not just surviving, but thriving. And oh my God, I look from face to face, and I'm more touched than you could ever know. I just want to tell you that initially Morty did not want to come to the Parkinson group. Did any of you have that feeling? Did any of you
Yes.
resist coming? Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
When I found out how many ladies were here, I was knocking at the door.
When he did come, this was the place he felt most at home and most understood and cared about. And I wanted to share with you, he often told me in the beginning why he was so resistant, and I kind of put his words into like a poem, and I want to share it with you now because it is the essence of how what this group means, what this group does, and how special and wonderful every one of you is. And of course, Kathy and Beth and
Gorgeous Mary Ann.
GMA, my GMA, gorgeous
There you
Mary
go.
Ann.
She always said that every time she walked in, every week.
Ever see eyes like that? Okay.
And I had to make sure all the other girls heard so they didn't think I was making it up. I had to repeat it.
Alice should record.
And she reminds me each week.
GMA, I want to
Only
have a
Marcia,
name on-
only
yeah,
Marcia did it.
GMA, okay. Oh, and when I knew what date we were coming, I said, please call Peter, because I love Peter, and I'll never forget the dancing you all did when Peter was here last time. That stayed with me for the whole year.
And we're going to do it again, so get ready. This is your rest.
Okay, this is entitled A Tribute to Our Support Group. And remember, the voice is Morty's, and I put it into this form. I didn't want to go at first. I did not want to belong to a group that gave a name to my symptoms, that put me in a category that labeled me and defined me in terms of a disease process. I resisted the suggestions that I would find bright, intelligent, interesting people who were just like me, because I didn't want to be just like them. I didn't want to reach for help. I wanted help to be unnecessary. I didn't want to learn coping skills. My coping skills were not to cope. I wanted to believe that there was nothing to cope with. For years, as I traveled the busy road that was my life, I gave help to others, willingly, gratefully, but I didn't want to be on the receiving end of anybody's help. I wanted my independence, my dignity, my privacy, my agility, and my understanding that my body would obey my brain and not change the rules and become alienated from my needs and desires. I didn't want to come at first. I had a position in life, a social standing, the respect of those I came in contact with. I didn't need people to help me dress, bathe, and eat. I felt sorry for people like that. I didn't want sympathy and clucking tongues. But when I finally came through these doors, I found those who felt as I did, others who knew what it meant to be individuals with an ailment rather than an ailment with a person buried inside. I learned to share with others. I learned to listen to others. I learned to see and hear what was not shown or spoken. I slowly became a better me. Not because I had a disease that entered my life unasked for and unbidden, but because I learned that a disease could never define me, or any of those in this group. What defines us is the support we receive, the loving hands that touch us, the facilitators, the volunteers, and the combined strength of all our collective voices, I look around me and I see that there are many stages and forms of this disease they call Parkinson's. But what we all have in common is the will to rise above the fear, the tremors, the rigidity, and the freezing, and all the other manifestations of this process, and uncover and reveal who we really are. It isn't easy. Some days it seems like it isn't even possible. But there are days when the sun rises and shines inside our hearts, and we soar. Our feet dance even if we sit in wheelchairs. Our brains deliver words and thoughts that are profound, touching, and heartfelt. Our hands reach out and help another to climb spiritual mountains. Days when we smile with a child or see a toddler's first steps. Suffering touches all of us, but we are not transformed by suffering. We are transformed by love. I didn't want to come at first. I felt I didn't belong, but I was wrong. You held a lantern when my heart was dark. You gave me a platform to express myself. You listened harder when my voice was soft. You taught me new skills to replace the old. You accessed new pathways when the old ones were tangled and hopelessly frayed. You made "yes, I can" into a mantra, and alternative methods into positive solutions. No, you didn't make Parkinson's go away, but you made living with it possible, and even laughable at times. We applauded each other's triumphs. We identified with each other's pain. And so, I'm glad I came. Although, you know, I didn't want to come at first. I felt I didn't belong, but I was wrong. You helped me to tear down my wall. And so, God bless you all.